This is Walton Hall, famous for being the home of the naturalist Charles Waterton, who made this place the first recognised nature reserve in Britain, and possibly the world. But my name is Helen Edmonstone, and I lived here too. I was born in 1813 in Mirriby Creek, Demerara, British Guiana, where both my parents owned enslaved people. Our family moved to Scotland during my childhood years, and it was while my family were living at Cardross Park at Dumbarton in 1827 that my father died. While my older sisters were in Bruges, I remained in Cardross Park with my younger brothers, Charles and Robert John, and my sister, Bethia, and our cousin, Margaret Foyer. My brothers then went off to school with the son of our cousin, Archibald. Meanwhile, I helped ensure things ran smoothly at home. This also, on occasion, involved helping Anne and Eliza from afar, including arranging that Anne's wedding clothes were made to her taste. When Eliza returned home, it was to a most shameful business involving a woman by the name of Mrs. Mackenzie. Mrs. Mackenzie had contrived to poison our mother and steal her jewels. I had nothing to do with the woman, but it fell to me to give testimony on these events, all the while feeling so ill I had to be carried across to the sheriff's office by Dr. Buchanan. Like my sisters, in my formative years, I too travelled to the English convent school in Bruges and underwent an education to convert to the Catholic faith. While I was there, Anne and Charles's son Edmund was born in April 1830. Shortly after, I was informed by letter from John Gordon of Greenock, my guardian, that Anne had died of fever not long after Edmund's arrival. Myself and my sister Eliza moved to Walton Hall to help care for Edmund. Eventually, we were able to bring Bethia to Wakefield too, but our reunion was short-lived. Bethia died of a rapid consumption in December 1839 at the house of Robert and Helen Carr. She was just 16. In 1843, Eliza and I became annual subscribers for a very worthy cause, the Leeds General Infirmary, each paying £2 and 2 shillings. With the arrival of the Swedish nightingale, known as Jenny Lind, in 1849, a great wave of excitement spread throughout Wakefield. The opera singer performed at the Corn Exchange on Westgate to an audience of the most fashionable people, some of whom had come from as far as Bradford and Huddersfield. We too, Eliza and I, were among the crowd. The nightingale was assailed with cries for encores and vociferous applause. The night was a splendid treat. Although we travelled extensively in Europe, our little family also spent time in Halsey and Scarborough, where the sea air was a balm to our health. It was in Scarborough that our brother-in-law, Charles, to his great excitement, met Wombwell's Jenny the chimpanzee for that first time. The ill-fated Jenny would later end up as one of Charles's taxidermy subjects and was displayed on the staircase of Walton Hall. In the later months of 1854, there occurred some unpleasantness that forced us to consider leaving Wakefield, much to Charles's distress. However, we did not permanently leave Wakefield. Our niece, Lydia Helen Edmonstone, lived with us for a time at Walton Hall. Liddy later became a nun with the Sisters of Charity and became known as Sister Frances. Our brother-in-law Charles Waterton died in May 1865 and was buried on what would have been his 83rd birthday on the 3rd of June. Our cousin William Edmonstone and his nephew Hugh Edmonstone Montgomery attended the funeral. Eliza and I requested that Reverend Canon Richard A. Brown of St. Anne's Church, Leeds, write to inform Charles's American friend George Ord of Charles's death. It was Reverend Canon Brown, the Waterton chaplain, who arranged Charles's funeral. I died in Spa, Belgium, on the 7th of September 1879. The executors of my will were Samuel Fozzard Harrison of Wakefield and Hugh Edmonstone Montgomery, a London merchant and ship owner who was the son of our cousin Thea. I ended my story a long way from Walton Hall, but my name is Helen Edmonstone, and I lived there too.